Hi there, it's Pete the Hipster King from the Hairy Game Lords, and we have been sent a copy of this, Mandala Stones. Now, we've played this on TTS and we'll be bringing a review to you soon, but I thought it would be nice to take a look at what comes in the box. I'm not gonna lie, I filmed this once and I didn't put the sound on, so this is second time through, so I have kind of unboxed it already, so there is no cellophane wrap, but I haven't yet played it, so it's still really an unboxing. So first things first, what a gorgeous cover. This is already on my shelves, facing forwards. I've not got enough space left to fill, so I have to put, and this is one of them, will always stay facing forwards. It's just too beautiful of a box not to have front and center. Stunning design, and it's a beautiful game. It's been sent to us by Board and Dice, who also made Untitled and the Escape Tale games that we've reviewed. Check those on the channel. We're going to have a review coming up for Untitled shortly. So, back of the box, what's it show you? It shows you the general setup of the game. You're going to basically be taking these stones. You're going to be picking a maximum of 4 stones each turn, stacking them up into your area, and then on another turn, you can choose to try and score, where you pick the same colour off the top of the stacks, and depending on which stacks you take from, there are different scoring mechanisms. You're going to place them onto the mandala board, and that will fill up until, and there are some extra bonuses on there, until you get to a little symbol that I'll show you in a minute that tells you that you've reached the end of the game. And then it's down to who's got the greatest number of victory points. There is a nice little set objective card that gives you some end game scoring points, so you're not definite whether you've won just by looking at each other's boards. But it clearly shows you what you're going to be doing, tells you how the game works, so really informative. So let's take a look inside the box, and what do we see when we open it? Obviously the rule book. Let's just take a quick look through the rule book. I've had a look through this again just to remind myself of the rules. It's been a while since I played it. So again, tells you what the game's all about, shows you how you're going to set it up, so you know what you're looking at to begin with. I like it when this is done. Game components, you can check you've got everything in there, there's nothing missing. Lots, and really nicely done, clear photos all the way through. It's a really simple game, but don't let that fool you. There's a really nice level of strategy in this, and you can think, you can plan your turns ahead. There's a lot to go on in this game, and you can also, there's an element of player interaction in the way that you have to move the artists around. So you're going to set up your main board by putting the stones out on the board into stacks of 4, and then you're going to place these 4 artist tokens out on there. Those artists will move around the board before you pick your stones. So obviously what spaces are available and what spaces you leave available for the next player can make some interesting choices. You get your mandala board set up, talks about here your player board and making sure you've got your score marker. There's a little handy card that tells you what you're going to do, tells you how you're going to play the game. There's the pick, which is where you move the artist, and basically there are 4 artists. There are 2 of the same type of artist, basically down to the design on the tiles. I'll show you that in a minute. There are 2 different designs, and when you move that artist, you're allowed to pick any of the you have to pick the stones around that artist that match the same design. But if you've got 2 artists together, you cannot pick the stone in between adjacent artists. So there's some thinking about where am I going to move this to be able to get the right colours of stones that I need. Then it tells you, so it shows you how you're going to then stack them up. You pick them up, and the order you pick them up in is the order you have to stack them in. So again, you have to work out how am I going to pick, which one am I going to start with so I get the stack right, because being able to score well is all based on how you stack the colours. So you've got to really think carefully about where you're going to be picking. And then takes you through how you're going to score. First time I read this, having played it, I was like, need to think about this. Beautiful here, takes you through an example with the picture up here so you can work out exactly how the scoring is going to work. And then whenever you've scored a set of tiles, they go onto the mandala board. It shows you how that does work. You can get +1 or +2 victory points if you cover those over, and these are the symbols 2, 3 and 4 depending on the number of players. When somebody covers that over, the game end is triggered. That tells you all about the game end and scoring your final objectives. dead simple rule book, and that is the game. How quick and easy is that to understand? I think it's a blinder, but it's a beautiful and brilliant game. So let's get inside. These came in a little plastic envelope. I've got rid of that already, but that's what you'd see. These are the player boards. It's thin cardboard, so it's not the kind of thick cardstock you'd get where you punch out. These were just loose in the box, so it's heavy cardboard. This, in terms of like slightly thicker than playing cards. Right for what it is, nice and glossy, but not too shiny. Here are the different scoring options, and you've got your points tracker. The mandala board we've already talked about, where it's double-sided, but you're going to be working around from the centre as you place your stones that you pick up, picking up those bonus points. And on a two-player game, you get to here, and at that point, the game end is trigger, 3-player here or 4-player here for the game end triggers. Here's the main board. So you're going to be placing your stacks of stones at the start of the game randomly out onto these figures. And these circles are the spaces that the artists can be placed on. And remember, you've got 4 artists, you've got 9 spots. So picking where to place the artist each turn is key. Then let's have a look at talking about the artists. Let's have a quick look at them. So these come in a little bag. There are 4 of them, as discussed. Really nice, solid wood, good thickness, good height. So they stand above the stacks. And there are 2 types. That's one of the designs you'll find. And then you've kind of got this. That's a swirl, and then you've got the flower design. So, and they've got the flower each side, so you can't put these the wrong way up or get confused. So you've got your 4 artists. You've got 4 little wooden counters for your score tracking. We discussed the cards. So you've got, there are 2 little sets of cards. I've put them in here, and they just about these again came in a little plastic envelope. I've put them in one of the baggies. So you have, it says trying to, let's get rid of those. So we have a whole load of different objectives. So this one, you get 7 victory points. If you end the game with only this pattern, the swirl visible, if you end the game with exactly 2 stones, so requiring some real thought, but that 7 points can be the difference between winning and losing in this game. So you get given 2 of these at the start, and you pick which one you're going to play for. And then the other cards you get, classic, always good, I think, to have these. It's your little reminder, tells you what you're going to do with the pick and tells you what you're going to do with the score. So you've got those 2 options on your turn, and you can check which one you're going to do and make sure, without having to go back into the rule book, you've got it there and there. Then this, of course, is what the game is all about. It's the name of the game, and this is the reason I absolutely love this. These are the stones. Just look at these. They are stunning. They are gorgeous. They're really thick, solid plastic. They are really nice colours. There are 4 different colours. So you've got pink, yellow, blue, and purple. It's tactile. It's noisy, and they all go in this lovely bag as well. So and you've got inside the box a nice quality insert where there are spaces for everything, including, if you do really well, you've got the plus 50 point marker, because the scoreboard only goes up to 50 points. So that allows you to show there are 4 of those, 1 for each player. This game we absolutely loved when we played on TTS. We all said afterwards, this, for those of you that like the kind of abstract tile games, things like Azul, or any of the incarnations of Azul. We love Azul. We've played it a number of times. It's on my shelves. It's one of my intro games for new gamers, and it's a lovely filler game you can play relatively, nice and quickly. What I think Mandala Stones offers in that window, in that same window, is a game that just takes it on a step. We felt that this could potentially, hear this right, it could take Azul, it could replace Azul on our shelves, or at least, I'm not sure. I think I might reach for this more often than Azul now, because it's just got that, the strategy element is just a little bit more challenging, but I don't think you lose anything in terms of the entry level of the game. It's still really, really simple what you're doing each turn. So it gets your mind working that little bit more, but wouldn't be too much more challenging for a new game either, a new gamer. and it just looks gorgeous, and I just love the way it's been designed. So Mandala stones, watch out for our review. That'll be coming in the next few weeks, but definitely check this out. It's a 2 to 4 player game. Takes about 30 minutes to play, so it's got a really and it's got a beautiful table presence. You've had a look at everything in the box. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you do, like and subscribe, ask any questions in the comments, and we will get back to you.